If you don't assign a purpose to a money, then it's just gonna disappear. So,
and I think the second out point that pops up to me is an asset protection point, right? If this money is sitting in your business savings account, it is in the name of the business.
Correct.
Well, where is your highest lawsuit risk, if you will? Is it you personally, or is it your practice getting sued? Your practice.
Yep.
So why do we want to keep oodles and oodles of money in the practice's name? Our goal should be to get it out of that entity to ourselves personally, where if our practice is sued, it's not going to be reachable.
Correct. So there is an asset protection discussion that you'll have to make sure that the cash, isn't a target if there is a lawsuit, which it absolutely would. And
lawyers love cash.
Yeah. And the business is the highest liability aside from your real estate. I mean, your business is the rental real estate. Your business is the highest liability asset that you have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Aside from like a drinking problem. That's a different discussion right there.
Where did that come from?
A person can be their own worst enemy, Gersh. You've seen that before, haven't you?
Are you manifesting?
No, not at all. I'm just saying, I mean, this is this is reality.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is why we need personal umbrella insurance and all other things too, from an asset protection standpoint. Okay, great. So, but that still didn't answer the question. Person's got $400,000 or $500,000 sitting in cash. What do you do with it?
Well, number one, I think the first thing you have to look at is how much cash should this person have in the business.
Yep.
Because even though, asset protection conversation aside, your business needs money to run and your business needs reserves. I know for our firm, we recommend about 60 days worth of expenses. Now, there is some wiggle room there depending on practice size. A practice that's doing $400,000 a month doesn't need 60 days of expenses, whereas a practice that's doing $40,000 a month, you could justify that. So let's say 30 to 60 days, depending on practice size.
I'm good with that.
So number one is figuring out.
Let's say that was 100,000 for this person then.
Okay, perfect.
So we're just going to keep 100. We're going to keep 100,000 in the business savings account. Then,
yep.
Right?
So 100,000 is not moving.
Okay. That leaves me 300,000 left over.
The 300,000 left over from there should be moved, and it should be moved, like I said earlier, to a personal account to get it out of the business entity.
Yep.
Now, what type of personal account? I mean, this is going to vary person to person, risk tolerance, what their other assets look like, how long they're going to continue to work. I mean, there's not like a blanket recommendation here. I mean, for some people, I might take that whole 300,000 and put it in stocks. For other people, I might take that 300,000 and put it in boring old U.S. Treasuries. The asset allocation is going to vary, but I think the stable data, if you will, is that money needs to be invested. It needs to be earning money.
Yep, I agree. So when we're talking about, I'll go even before that. One of the things that you would need to do is, number one, if you got a practice where you just have $300,000 or $400,000 of accumulated cash, I mean, that's a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Your practice is doing well.
Yeah. Your practice is doing very, very well. So I would look at what is causing this to happen? And is there anything that you can do to strengthen? Because obviously you have good production. You must be seeing a lot of new patients. You got a good system for, collecting money. You have good control of money.
Good profit margins.
You
Yeah.
got great profit margins. So, I would probably look at, even reinvesting back into the business into some degree to strengthen some of the things that have caused this amount of money to accumulate.
Yep.
And maybe that's hiring another person. Maybe that's looking at a different location now, because that's usually an indicator. If you start getting like to that point right there, I mean, you have to be doing maximum production to get that kind of spread, right?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm at this point in time, I'm starting to look at your business expansion. Like,
that's a very good point.
What are some things that you could do that would allow you to create this scenario over and over and over again? So that would definitely be one place that I would look. I would 100% look at.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal point. I mean, even smaller scale business investments like adding an additional exam room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you've already demonstrated that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So it would just be, how can I increase this value now of this practice that's not I've been able to accumulate, 500,000 or 600,000. Why can't we just continue to do this? So that would be one thing. What caused this amount of money to be created in the first place? And maybe just throw some reinvestment back into that entity, because the business caused it.
Yeah.
Right. So the business
Absolutely.